Now let's shift our attention to wireless networking. I'm going to do 5 or 6 videos here and talk about different aspects of wireless networking you need to be familiar with, need to be comfortable with before you go take this exam. First of all, there are 2 types of wireless networks that you need to be comfortable with and aware of. The first one is infrared. Now, infrared is line of sight. It requires an unobstructed view. If you've got a real bright ambient light situation in the room, it can inhibit the signal. And infrared, for example, is what you use with your television remote. That is infrared. Now, this had a lot of promise, and a lot of people were starting to implement this a few years back. It's kind of died down now. You don't see it a whole lot in computers. And then the second type is RF, which stands for radio frequency, and this is what we know of as wireless. If I tell someone I have a wireless network, they're thinking the RF type, even though they're not thinking RF, but this is the type of wireless that they're thinking of. 802.11, this is the IEEE numbers for it, for the technology and the standards. And then Bluetooth. Don't forget about Bluetooth. It is also an RF, or a radio frequency type of a wireless network. Bluetooth is just very short range, and it's used for little small devices for sharing data in close quarters and those kind of things. For the most part, when someone says they have a wireless network or they want to do something wireless, they're talking about 802.11, longer range wireless with wireless access points and that sort of thing. Now, when we're talking about that wireless network using 802.11, there are 2 main components of any wireless network. There is, first of all, the client, and that is a laptop, some sort of mobile device that has a wireless network card. Now, wireless network cards can be very, very small. They can be in USB port type situations. They now make them where the wireless portion of it is like half the size of the USB plug that it takes to connect it to the machine. So anyway, you've got some sort of wireless network card, and then you have a wireless access point, or a WAP, or an access point, or an AP. Lots of different things for this. Notice the picture here is of a Linksys. There's lots of different brands, lots of different styles, but they all pretty much do the same thing. We're going to connect these to a network, and they will make the connection to the network, or they'll expose the network wirelessly from there. And then our computers with the wireless network cards can connect to this wireless access point and gain access to the network. Now, the access point is the device where the wireless signals are received and managed. It's where they are transmitted from the hardwired type connection into a wireless situation, into a radio type signal. And then don't forget about this. This is the second type of networking, and this will show up on the exam from time to time. In the first example up here, 2 main components of a wireless network. We have a client and a wireless access point, so we always have to go through some sort of access point to connect 2 computers. But with ad hoc networking, we can basically just connect 2 computers directly to each other without going through any kind of connecting device, a hub, a WAP, a switch, anything like that. We can just connect a cable or a wireless arrangement between 2 machines, and they can communicate directly with each other. So ad hoc networking simply means the 2 devices communicate directly. There's no common connecting device between them. So that's pretty much the basis. Watch these terms, watch these situations out there in some of the questions on the exam, and you should be okay.